This is Dan of Vagabond Awake.
𝐇𝐎𝐁𝐎 from Hobo Venture.
And Chung had the idea today, because many of you asked, we should show you the goodies we use to make our videos.
Look like a lot of things on the table right now.
Yeah, it's a big mess.
Yeah.
But it's actually a lot smaller than it used to be.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah, so things keep getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
Remember that big mic we used to carry around on top of the camera? The mic itself was like this big.
You still have that?
Yeah, I still carry it around just in case. But here's our stuff.
Here's our stuff. Let's go into the topic.
Okay.
Number one is we use GoPro. We have GoPro 9 and GoPro 10.
Yeah, and we use GoPro mostly when we're just walking around. You've seen us, maybe not the camera in our hand, but we hold it out. Hey, this is Dan, Vagabond Awake, and we show you where we are, and what we're up to, blah, blah, blah. That's what we use our GoPro for mainly. And we also use it for going underwater when I want to do snorkeling. Yeah,
we are putting the GoPro under the water, under the casing.
Yeah.
Even they say that GoPro now is waterproof.
Yeah.
You can go through the water.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't want to be doing that because if you go to the oceans, and I don't know how long that my GoPro will be last because of the salt water. So I rather to spend money on the casing.
Yep.
It's the same thing as well.
Yeah.
And it's protect my GoPro. My GoPro will last longer.
Yeah, and a quick tip for you for underwater filming for your GoPro, throw it in here and then get one of these extenders. You'll see them on this one. Did we buy on Amazon?
No.
The beauty of this thing is that normally when you think about when you're snorkeling, if you just had the GoPro in your hand like this, and you were at the surface and you're pointing it down at things, it's not as good as if you put it on that long extension, drop it way down deep in the water, and you have it way down below you, so you can be at the surface breathing as you go along, and you're filming fish around coral reef or whatever, and you can even get under coral reef, or if you dip down with that thing, you can get really deep down in. And so it's a big help to get this sort of extension on there. And
also remember to get something that you can tie on your head because sometimes you will lose on the water. So it's quite long.
Yeah, it's great. And it makes a big difference. And the other thing I noticed that I'm large and fish are generally smaller than me. And that if I have a long extension and I'm pointing, I can get closer to the fish than if my whole body's trying to come near the fish and shoot it. So the fish seem to be a little less afraid of it, especially if you swim real slow and you don't move it at all. You just kind of, as you swim, you just sort of stay in the same kick with your feet, stay in the same position. The fish are not as threatened by you. So
yes, you can see the video that I post about the Darwin, the underwater world. That underwater world video is presented by Dan.
So we've been using this for a couple of years now. Almost all of our all of our underwater filming is done with an extension like that. It makes a big difference.
Back to your question, you asked where we bought this one. I bought this one from the China Taobao online.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can get this thing in the Amazon as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hopefully it'll be aluminum or plastic and not some kind of steel that rusts or whatever.
Yeah, this eventually will be rust.
I think it's our second one, right?
Yeah, and after every time when I go under the ocean, when I coming back to Thai, I will be clean with clear water and some soap, so it will take out some salt water. Right. That's how I protect.
Great point. Same with your snorkel equipment. If you rinse it when you get out of the ocean, it lasts much longer.
Yeah, but that is a good thing of a GoPro. It's very clear and very nice, but that is a bad thing of GoPro as well.
What's that?
Well, it's not really clear when you film at night.
Oh yeah, it's not good for night.
Yeah.
It's not good for night. And I mean, you can use it, but pretty much you just have to point it at something if it's night, and hopefully you have some light, and just hold as still as you can. But it's not very interesting to film that way. Yeah. And so what do we do instead?
Oh, we're using my iPhone 14 GoPro. No, we're using the iPhone Pro Max 14 GoPro.
iPhone Pro Max, yeah. So iPhone's better at night,
Yeah.
And some people use other kinds of cameras and stuff for their night work,
Mm-hmm.
but we found that the iPhone is enough, and we just don't want to be cluttered with a bunch of stuff. So
yeah, I'm the iPhone lover, and then is the Android.
I mean, honestly, I like iPhone, but it's just stupid expensive. So one's enough. 𝐁𝐎 has one. She loves iPhone, and all the. We also use the iPhone for. Often I'm holding the GoPro, and I'm filming with that. 𝐁𝐎 has her iPhone. She's shooting photos. She's also using it as a video, holding it horizontal for YouTube videos, going slowly like that, which is true of the GoPro too. You can't do fast pans, like you have to go really slow in order to get good pans with a GoPro or an iPhone. And then we also use the iPhone for taking shots. You see all the bikini shots with 𝐁𝐎. Those are better quality photos than trying to use a. You can use a GoPro and try to capture frames out of a video, but that's not going to be as good as a picture from an iPhone.
Yes, that's true. So there's a good thing and a bad thing for the GoPro, and we film GoPro in 4K 30. I don't know what's 4K 30.
And we're not experts, but that's what we do.
That's what we do. I also don't know, but some people they're filming it 1080p, you know, the HD, but it's also come out a very nice video. But we don't know how to do it. We are very amateur. We are not pro.
Yeah, we love travel, but we don't want our life to be about making perfect videos. So our videos are not as good as some other people, but we found our balance where our life is not all about doing everything perfect.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
So the next one is when you see a beautiful like the shot from the top that the filming down.
Yeah.
Is credit to Dan as well.
Yeah, I jump on top of this and I fly up into this. No, this is a drone here. It's a DJI Mavic Mini 2. It's not the newest, but it fits the 249G requirement in many countries. If your drone is 249 grams or less, then you don't need to jump through hoops and stuff. You can fly it. I had a hard time learning about this. And it wasn't until I made these little arrows here. And that's what the drone does. When you get it, look at this, make these. And there's little, when you hold the little handles like this, you can go left, right, just look down, up, down. And that's when I kind of became better at it.
Sure then. It's, you have to be careful when you take this out, you know. Because sometimes we will mistake and it's fall down and a lot of drama. Huh?
Yeah, so far we haven't lost them.
Because they are always watching slow. So yes, you're just playing like this, up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All around.
Yeah.
And we also have we have 3 batteries for the drone. They just are in this little packs, and they slide them into the butt of the drone. They just go in back here. It's not really complicated. It's pretty simple. So that's the drone, and that's just, you're gonna probably ruin your first one. You're gonna run it into a tree. Yeah. It takes a while to learn to fly a drone, but the little mapping of the keys there tells you what they do. You definitely want to do that right away, because you'll be going, what am I? How do I? But you just look down and it says forward, back, up, down. That's what you want to do. Yeah,
and so do you think drone is a good investment?
It was early on, but we've been finding it where we go. At least half of the places we go around the world now, since the drones became more popular and people have been doing crazy stuff with them and invading people's privacy and flying in near airports and all sorts of crazy things, and since the drone manufacturers have become better at providing software that'll stop a drone from flying in dangerous areas because they don't want to lose their business, there's more times now where I turn on the drone and I'm going to film and I find out I'm in a red zone or a zone that won't let me take off or only let me fly at a certain altitude or blah, blah, blah. And so drones are not the investment they once were.
Yeah.
And honestly, they were really only good for maybe 30 seconds of the video.
True.
And at the beginning of the video, in the first 30 seconds, you could just pan over a beautiful beach or up a mountain or something. But if your whole content is drone, people are not they're not that impressed with drones anymore. If it's not informational, it doesn't play a role in the video you're making, they're not They're not a key part of video making anymore. And so I don't recommend them.
Yeah, because that when we in Boracay, Boracay is not allowed for flying drone. You need to get a license, and also in Thailand as well, certain places you need to get a license. As I think in Pattaya as well, and also like in South America, like no, in Central America, like Nicaragua, they are not allowed the drone. So
right.
There's a lot of countries they're not allowed the drone, so it's make it very difficult. So maybe in some point we will drop this one, but not in our travel list anymore because we not really use it that much.
Yeah, so drones, you know, it's possible they'll come up with a really small one that is allowed or something, and then we would rethink buying now. But for now, these 249Gs, they're just not becoming very useful. We go, it's often half or less of the places we go that the drone is useful.
Yes.
And you can often capture content that is just as beautiful. You might have to climb up a little ridge or do whatever to get those pans or whatever, but at least you can do it. It's dependable. And often you're messing with, you don't want to fool with local officials.
True.
In countries. You want to stay away from people in uniforms with badges. You want to stay away from questions from immigration, and all of that is in the drone domain now. So I don't recommend it.
Yeah, true. The next one is, we already talked about that, which is we also using the iPhone 14 Pro Max for filming, for picture, for even recording our conversation.
This interview is on it. We switched to the iPhone Pro Max for our interviews now because we can see what's happening better. The GoPro just has a little window, and with the iPhone you can frame more easily. Yeah. And actually, I would say the picture is better, wouldn't you?
Yeah, because it's the newest technology, everything is better.
Yeah, and GoPro doesn't really, as far as I can tell, their technology gets a little better each year, but you know, it's not.
But we're still using for the interview and everything, but just nowadays it's so easy, everything is just using the phone.
Yeah, I mean, I almost would go complete phone now, to be honest with you. The reason that I don't go complete phone is because the iPhone's not yet good enough with image stabilization. If you carry this around and you film things and you do a smooth move like this, and you'll get image, even if you're walking, you'll get a pretty good image stabilization. You won't get people sick who are watching your video. iPhone's almost there, but not quite yet. So you still kind of need these. And the second thing is you're out filming and then you're like, oh, where are we going next? And so you just put this in your pocket and you get your iPhone out, you go on Google or my Android, and I get on Google and say, where are we going next? So we're going there. Now, if you're trying to film and use your phone, it's a problem because now you're walking and like, oh, do we turn right here or not? Then you have to turn off the camera, the phone you're filming with, and go to the Google and see. And so it's not a good working environment is the problem. So if you use your GoPro for most of your walking filming and use your phone to guide you where you're going.
But some people still using the iPhone for drone.
Absolutely.
For filming, because they have two iPhones. They use like iPhone 10 or something like that for filming into the gimbal, you know?
Yeah, and the gimbal.
Also filming. But the thing is, you have to understand, we prefer GoPro is because it's small and easy to carry than the phone. Yeah. And gimbal is, you know, it's quite heavy and a lot of thing to carry. That's why we just love a small GoPro like this for filming in the daytime. Yeah. Yes.
And there's no gimbal here. It's software or hardware stabilization. We don't know. But you've seen those gimbal things, right? They're like whatever, 3-dimensional. You put your phone on that. It's fine if you're only going to film with that phone and the gimbal, right? Yeah. And then you have another phone for your mapping, so you're looking where you're going while you're filming and talking or whatever. Then you say you need 2 phones for that.
Yes, true.
But the gimbal, so far we've just stayed with GoPro. But at some point, the problem with these GoPros is they've had trouble overheating.
Oh yes, yes.
And so you know, in the middle of filming, it'll shut off and do all sorts of stuff. It's kind of a pain in the butt.
Actually, I want to buy this for a long time, and this is also another brand from it's called 𝐇𝐎𝐿, I think. And I bought it from China. It's shipped from China, and 3 of them is a yellow color. And this is a box of the GoPro battery charger.
Yeah.
Can I have that?
Yeah.
Thank you. And well, so it's inside here, and then you close it, and then you just plug it on at here, and you just charge one time, it charges. So it's very convenient for us right now to buying this thing. This thing is about like $30 for this, including the battery that I bought from China. And so you can buy it in Amazon or Shopee or Lazada or whatever platform that you have.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, so these are great because before we'd get home and we'd have two GoPros and we'd have to plug both of them into a separate thing and pull the batteries or leave the batteries in and plug them in. But this thing, you pop the batteries in here, one charger, and all three batteries are being charged at the same time.
So the next one is the wireless mic. So this is also one of the wireless. We have an old one, but we don't use anymore right now. You can check out my latest video of the nightlife in 𝐕𝐂𝐍𝐶. So you will see how it's a mic doing.
Right.
Also, it's like this, three of them. You have a speaker and a receiver, and it's so easy right now that we just put everything inside the box, and it will be charged from here. It was showing that is it fully charged or not fully charged. That's so easy right now for us to do in the world.
Yeah, and we used to have the Rode speakers, which I won't say much about, but those were 3 different pieces. You had to put separate wires into it, charge them. These are so much easier. And I think the quality is just as good, even though the Rode is like 4 times as much, right?
Yes, because this is the latest technology, and this also have the noise reductions.
Okay.
So it's already have the noise reduction inside, so it's good for our video that we can cover out some of the noise.
And this was like 500 ringgit, like
400
ringgit, so like $90 for this thing.
Yes,
it's the brand of it. But
yes, for Mecca. And right now that we are using right now, this one I bought another one is like it's for iPhones. You know, I especially bought that. It's very cheap. It's like 100 ringgit, about $22. You know, I also bought in Shopee from China, and also it's just put inside the box. You charge and put it on. They have showing you the power that you're charging until like 100% or 90%. So it's this kind of the technology make our life is so much easier.
Yeah, and the charging is kind of a big deal because if you have multiple things and you're getting home tomorrow, you know you're going out again. If you have these multiple charger things, 3-4 wires, you're charging everything at once. You're charging your DJI, you're charging your mics, you're charging your GoPros, everything.
Yeah.
With like 3 wires instead of 8
best
wires.
One is the GoPro ones that is save our time for charging right now.
Yeah.
And the last one is what we use for editing our video.
Yeah, we use 𝐕𝐂𝐍𝐵, M-O-V-A-V-I. Yeah. And we've been using it for at least 3 or 4 years now, right?
Yeah.
Before that, we were using a free one from Microsoft, which it's very hard to get now. I don't see it anywhere. Microsoft seems to have discontinued it.
Yeah, that's why. That's the free one from Microsoft, but now they already, I don't know, discontinue or whatsoever. We cannot get it, so we have to pay for one to use.
Yeah, and it's good. I like it.
So far, it's good. It also have a noise reduction sometimes some of the outside noise. So it's good. While you are watching right now, they were using the 𝐕𝐂𝐍𝐵.
Yeah, and it has a lot of features that honestly I haven't even tried to figure out yet. 𝐁𝐎 uses more of the features than I do on her channel, so that's why some of her videos are more interesting. So make sure to subscribe to this video. This is on 𝐁𝐎's channel, and watch some of her stuff.
Yes, so this is a video to explain what we use and what the technology or the electronic stuff that we use. So I hope you can have some benefit from this.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.
And make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Subscribe.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.